You should never, ever, 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 ever lease a car.
Well, I'm going to prove you wrong. Hi there! Today I'm going to answer a question that's been on everyone's mind, and that is, should I buy or lease a car? And I'm going to use this car for example. It's a 2019 Mercedes E-Class that actually belongs to my parents. But prior to that, they've had a 2013, a 2015, and a 2017. So what I thought I'd do is add up the cost of leasing those 4 cars over the course of 8 years and compare it to what would have happened if they had bought the car back in 2013, kept it for 8 years, and sold it today. We will start with E-Class number 1, a 2013 E350 Blue Tech, to see whether it was cheaper to own this car for 8 years or to lease a new one every 2 years over the same period. E-Class number 1 is the car that arguably started it all. I helped negotiate this deal, and it was from this lease that I realized that leasing could be a great option, that if you played all your cards right, you could get a fancy car for a lot less than you'd think. Without this car, there wouldn't have been a Leasehackr. On this deal, I was able to get 17% off MSRP. The 2-year residual value was a whopping 74%, which means the depreciation expense was minuscule. I think Mercedes-Benz Financial Services was a bit too optimistic about the residual value of this model, so thanks, Mercedes. Including all taxes, E-Class number 1 was $315 per month with $1235 drive-off, plus a security deposit and registration fees. The total cost of a lease over the course of 2 years was $8,480. Now, had my parents bought this exact same E-Class back in 2013, assuming the same discount, it would have cost them nearly $54,000, plus registration fees and interest if they were getting a loan on the car. E-Class number 2, a 2015 E350, was a more expensive lease. The discount was similar, but this time Mercedes had set the residual value a bit lower, 69% instead of 74%, meaning more depreciation. The lease was $476 per month with $1,576 due at signing, including all taxes, plus registration fees. The 2015 came with a few upgrades, like automatic emergency braking and better headlights, so while E-Class number 2 did cost more, there were also some benefits with the newer car. The total cost of the lease over the course of 2 years was $12,524. E-Class number 3 was the all-new W213 generation, a big upgrade from the previous car. I found this deal on the Leasehackr marketplace. It was posted by a broker, and I snatched it up as soon as I saw it. The car was heavily discounted because it was a former loaner. It had about 9,000 miles on the odometer. It was also located at a Northern California dealership. I'm in Southern California. But it was such a unicorn of a deal that I decided to fly there and drive it home. Including taxes, the car was $335 per month with $1,396 drive-off, plus a security deposit and registration fees. The total cost of E-Class number 3 over the course of 2 years was $9,101. E-Class number 4 was also a loaner, also from a Northern California dealership. I'd found a few similarly discounted cars across the state, but this in particular was equipped really well. It had Distronic Plus, kind of like an autopilot system, and that was something I was really curious about and wanted to test. After negotiating, the deal ended up at $429 per month with $1,157 drive-off, including all taxes, plus a security deposit and registration. The total cost of E-Class number 4 over the course of 2 years was $10,420. All right, so at this point, it's just simple math. As I said earlier, buying the first E-Class would have cost about $54,000. After 8 years, that 2013 E-Class is worth about $12,500 today. And that's with today's crazy high used car prices due to the microchip shortage. That's over $41,000 in depreciation, equal to $429 each month. And we're not even accounting for the maintenance and repairs on an 8-year-old car, or the opportunity cost of capital, or any interest charges that will be paid on a loan. As for the lease, well, let's add up the cost of leasing these 4 different E-Classes. The total cost over the course of 8 years is just over $40,500. So in this particular scenario, it was actually cheaper to lease a new car every 2 years than it was to keep one for 8 years. And aside from cost, there was also the benefit of having a newer car with all the latest safety and tech improvements. I'm not saying here that it's always cheaper to lease than to buy. Far from it, lots of people get truly terrible deals. What I'm trying to share from this anecdote is that leasing can be a reasonable option. It could even be cheaper if you play all your cards right. In return, you get perks like a newer, safer car with 0 repair costs because it's covered by a warranty. As we often point out, when you lease, you're letting the finance company, in this case Mercedes-Benz Financial Services, take on the risk of depreciation. To boost sales, Mercedes might set their posted residual values higher than reality. In other words, actual depreciation might exceed the depreciation you pay on your lease. As always, the key is to be an informed shopper. Read up on our Leasing 101 articles. Use the Leasehackr calculator to create a target deal for yourself before talking to any dealer. Pose your questions to the Leasehackr community on our forum. And browse the Leasehackr marketplace for the latest deals posted by dealers and brokers. And on that note, happy lease hacking.